Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabe. I welcome you to Excretion Bingo. Without wasting any more time, let's go directly to our quiz. Purifying of blood using an artificial kidney or machine. A. Haemodialysis. B. Homeostasis. C. Osmoregulation. D. Diuresis. And the answer is A. Hemodialysis. Blood vessel, those are small artery, bring blood toward the glomerulus of the nephron in the kidney. A. Efferent arteriole. B. Descending tubule. C. Afferent arteriole. D. Convoluted tubule. And the answer is C. Afferent arteriole. A drug that increases the amount of urine produced by the kidneys. A. Reabsorption. B. Dialysis. C. Homeostasis. D. Diuretic. And the answer is D. Diuretic. Coiled or twisted tubule found in the nephron of the kidney reabsorbs high threshold substances that have been filtered from the blood. A. Efferent arteriole. B. Loop of Henle. C. Convoluted tubule. D. Afferent arteriole. And the answer is C. Convoluted tubule. Collection of organs or structures that function in the elimination of waste products of metabolism. For example, contractile virtue in amoeba, kidney, part of the urinary system, lungs, part of the respiratory system, etc. A. Excretory system. B. Hemodialysis. C. Urinary system. D. Osmoregulation. And the answer is A. Excretory system. A double-walled, cup-shaped chamber at the expanded end of a nephron. Uriniferous tubule, which encloses the glomerulus. A. Bladder. B. Bowman's capsule. C. Kidney. D. Pyramid. And the answer is B. Bowman's capsule. The use of semi-permeable membranes in a machine for removing waste products like urea, uric acid, salts from blood when the kidney fails. A. Osmoregulation. B. Homeostasis. C. Excretion. D. Dialysis. And the answer is D. Dialysis. Liquid containing dissolved substances that pass from the glomerulus in the nephron of the kidney into Bowman's capsule, similar to blood plasma but without the protein, albumin, fibrinogen, prothrombin. A. Dialysis. B. Urea. C. Glomerular filtrate. D. Urine. And the answer is C. Glomerular filtrate. A membranous sac filled with fluid. In animals, it serves as a reservoir for fluids, e.g., bile, urine. A. Bladder. B. Nephron. C. Cortex. D. Pelvis. And the answer is A. Bladder. Blood vessel, those are small artery, bring blood away from the glomerulus of the nephron in the kidney. A. Renal vein. B. Efferent artery. C. Renal artery. D. Efferent arteriole. And the answer is A. Renal vein. One of two highly coiled tubules in the nephron of the kidney. This one situated farthest away from the Bowman's capsule and close to the collecting duct. Water is reabsorbed here during the formation of urine. A. Proximal convoluted tubule. B. Ascending tubule. C. Distal convoluted tubule. D. Loop of Henle. And the answer is C. Distal convoluted tubule. The space between the membranes forming Bowman's capsule of the nephron in the kidney into which the filtrate passes. A. pelvis, B. ureter, C. nephron, D. capsular space. And the answer is D. capsular space. Forming that part of the nephron just before the loop of Henle, through which the glomerular filtrate flows downwards, permeable to water only. A. Collecting duct, B. Descending tubule, C. Lobe of Henle, and D. Ascending tubule. And the answer is B. Descending tubule. Process which forcefully separates particles in a solution by molecular size. For example, in the nephron of the kidney, water, urea, uric acid, glucose, amino acids, vitamins, and mineral salts, all small molecules, filter from the glomerulus into capsular space. Plasma proteins like albumin, fibrinogen, and prothrombin, all large molecules, and blood cells will not pass through. A. Ultrafiltration, B. Glomerular filtrate, C. Collecting duct, and D. Homeostasis. And the answer is A. Ultrafiltration. Tubule in the medulla of the kidney, into which numerous nephrons discharge their content or urine for delivery to the pelvis and hence to the bladder via the ureter. Water is reabsorbed here during the formation of urine, which concentrates the urine. The quantity of water reabsorbed is controlled by the hormone ADH, or antidiuretic hormone. A. Ultrafiltration, B. Glomerular filtration, C. Collecting duct, and D. Homeostasis. And the answer is C. Collecting ducts. An increase in production of urine by the kidneys, either from increased fluid intake, alcohol, which exhibits ADH production, renal disease, diabetes, insipidus, and diuretic therapy. A. Excretion, B. Dialysis, C. Haemodialysis, D. Diuresis. And the answer is D. Diuresis. Forming that part of the nephron just after the loop of Henle, through which glomerular filtrate flows upwards. It is permeable to salts only. A. Ascending tubule. B. Nephron. C. Ascending tubule. D. Urethra. And the answer is A. Ascending tubule. Excessive production of watery or dilute urine. It is caused by insufficient production of ADH, vasopressin, by the pituitary gland. A. Haemodialysis. B. Vasopressin. C. Diabetes insipidus. D. Urea. And the answer is C. Diabetes insipidus. The outermost layer of the kidney. A. Bladder. B. Medulla. C. Pelvis. D. Cortex. And the answer is D. Cortex. The elimination of the waste products of metabolism from a cell or tissue or organ. A. Osmoregulation. B. Excretion. C. Reabsorption. D. Homeostasis. And the answer is B. Excretion. Dear friends, thank you very much for taking part in Excretion. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'm Joshua Mugabe. Bye-bye for now.